Hi everybody, it's John Cato here. Just thought I'd give you an early result from what's going on with the questionnaire survey. Okay, let's get straight to it. Which issues in our community would you like to be addressed by council? Please rate from not important to extremely important. And this scale here means not so important. Okay, not important is there. So at the moment there's no not important. That's not so important, that's somewhat important, that's very important, and that's extremely important. So traffic in and out of town has got 56% of the people who answered that question actually came up with saying it's extremely important. And that's one of the higher results. Very interesting to see this distribution we've got going on here, and the big skew towards the higher end with not much happening down at the lower end. So very important or extremely important. So let's just scroll down a bit here and see what else we've got. Environmental issues, okay? So not many saying it's low, and 48% very important and 44% extremely important. Okay, so that's pretty revealing. Getting the train line in. 4% down here, 20%, 20%, okay? So that's very important, and this one's extremely important. So this is actually an interesting lower skew than you might have thought before, but there you are. Oh my, look at that, housing developments. Just a small number just saying it's not important really. And that's very important, and that's extremely important. Big skew to extremely important. This one here, if I mouse over it, you can see it's housing developments to be supported by infrastructure. This is obviously clearly one of the biggest issues that are being reported on at the moment. So you must, by the way, get your vote in. Say what you think. Fill in the survey. Do it. Right, community spaces and golf course and all that sort of thing. Here it's majoring on the very important with another very high result on extremely important, but not as high as we just saw from the other ones. Loneliness in the elderly, single parents and youth and so on. We're getting a big result here on very important. So we're not saying it's extremely important, but it's saying it's very important. Big bell-shaped curve there. Coming up here, we've got West Hill regeneration. I'm a bit surprised about that. My walking around there. I would love to see more development work going into that to help people living in West Hill area and around there. Anyway, that's sort of moderately low there, and here very important. That's very important, and it's not even that. Oh my dear. So this is very important, and that is somewhat important. I'm very surprised at those results. Anyway, maybe more people will start to say something as we go on. Health services, that's quite interesting as well. Health services are scoring quite highly, very important, 37%. It's actually having, provision of health services, which is obviously being felt. I've noticed quite a lot of people walking around with supported on walking sticks recently. Maybe that's just me noticing while I'm walking around, but anyway, there you have it. And 50% are extremely important, so that's quite an issue. High street regeneration, very important. Extremely important, not so much. Somewhat important. Okay, so that's again interesting figures. Need to spend more time actually properly thinking about that. Community spaces up in West Hill, Merlin Park and so forth. We've got somewhat important, very important, not so much extremely important. Does that mean that not so many people have responded from that area yet? I don't know. Or does it mean that actually this is the truth? We'll find out. Watch this space. And then finally, schools and education. They seem to be rating moderately well, okay? Because down here we've got very important, extremely important, and somewhat important. So it's all important, but it's not as blindingly obvious as some of the other ones that we just looked at. So at the moment, what's winning in terms of what really needs to be done? It's the housing. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so anyway, this is John Cato. Please do fill in the survey. Please do support everything you can about what I'm trying to achieve here, which is essentially get myself elected so I can influence the way in which things happen from the inside, and maybe we can get all these things done. So this is John Cato signing off, wishing you well. Bye for now.